What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review from Life After Lockup Season 3, Episode 60. The episode was titled Prison Promises, you guys. So, with that out the way, without further ado, before we get into this review, before we get into the review, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, then I'm gonna need you guys to do me a big, huge favor. Stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that big favor by subscribing to the channel, liking the video, sharing the video, you guys, and turning your notification bell button on. And with that out the way, you guys, without further ado, shall we discuss Life After Lockup? All right, you guys. So we actually got two couples in this episode that we hadn't saw in a few weeks. One of them I literally forgot about, and that is going to be the one that we talk about first, Stan and Lisa. So we see Stan. So it is a month after the situation that happened between Stan and Lisa, right? So we see Stan as he has the girl Tina over, right? Here is the thing that threw me in this scene with Stan and Tina. Two things stood out to me. The first thing that stood out to me is the fact that Tina and Stan were sitting at that kitchen table eating a Lunchable. I was like, Stan, we gotta do better. A Lunchable, my dude. A Lunchable. Okay, Stan. A Lunchable. A Lunchable. I can't get over that, right? Then, Stan is telling Tina about his relationship with Lisa, right? And that he thinks that they're done for good at this point, right? They're on a break and he thinks it may never end. Then we see Lisa and her micro braids as they're getting a baptismal done, right? She's getting baptized. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Lisa because, you know what? I forgot what they said was going on with Stan and Lisa at the end of the episode. I know Lisa's with her brother at this point. She's staying with her brother. I think they said Stan is done with prison inmates, something like that, right? The other issue that I had with Stan in this episode was the fact that he was talking about Tina. So Tina is an older woman and she's a grandmother, right? They went and sat on that couch, and when he literally sat there and said that that woman could stand to lose a few pounds, I was like, I know Stan did not. Are you joking with me? The fuck? She could stand to lose a few pounds? Oh my God, Stan. That was insensitive. All right, you guys. So we're going to move on from Stan and Lisa to Christiana and John, Native American Joe Dirt. Now, with Native American Joe Dirt and Christiana, it really wasn't much because there was no Christiana to discuss because Christiana, Native American Joe Dirt, has not heard from Christiana in about, 2 weeks, he said. Now, he did say that, he feels that Christiana was hanging out with the wrong crowd. So he did go and meet up with the friend that she was working with, but nothing from her. So he believes that Christiana might be with Tara. So then he also went and, him and Carrie, right? I'm gonna need for him to stop cosplaying as a Native American. Because when he was going to meet Carrie for this ceremony that he was doing, where I guess some Native Americans chop their hair off when they lose a loved one, either death or otherwise, but he chopped his hair off. I'm like, yeah, you been should have chopped that stringy shit off, right? And then I looked at Carrie in the back of the head. I'm like, Carrie should chop his hair off too because he has none, because he's thin at the back. When you just look at Native American Joe Dirt, he just looks dirty and stank. Especially with that, when he got in that truck, I was like, actually before he even got in the truck, when he was walking around the house, that outfit he had on, I'm like, dude, do you realize that there is a big ass stain on the back? Like, it's a big ass stain right here on your back, but you ain't saying nothing about it. Okay. Oh, good God of it. Okay, we're gonna be here for a minute, you guys, because, well, actually, so Love After Lockup, why do y'all do this every season? Give us a 2-hour finale, and some of these couple stories we could wrap up in 5 minutes. Like, we could have wrapped up Stan and Lisa in 5 minutes. We could have wrapped up John and Native American Joe Dirt and Christiana in 5 minutes. We could have wrapped up Lacey and Shane in 5 minutes. We could have wrapped up Marcelino and Brittany in 5 minutes. We could have wrapped up Brittany and Ray in 5 minutes. We could have wrapped up Stan and Lisa in 5 minutes. We could have... Now, Daonte and Nicole's storyline, now that one we could have extended because that one was a funny one. We could have wrapped up Puppy and Amber in 5 minutes, and we damn sure could have wrapped up Sarah and Sean in 5. I'm gonna be nice and get them 10 minutes. I'm gonna get into Sarah because I got something to say to her. I got a lot to say about Sarah. So we are going to go ahead and move over to, let's talk about Marcelino and Brittany, you guys. So, Marcelino and Brittany. Now, you guys know I always say, it's so interesting. First 2 seasons of Love After Lockup wasn't the biggest fan of Marcelino's, right? But over the last few seasons, you see him in his role as a husband and you see him in his role as a father. And you grow to like Marcelino a whole lot more than what we first met him. Because a lot of people, we all thought that Marcelino was controlling, right? But I like Marcelino. At this point, I really do like him. I like Brittany. I don't like them for this show anymore. Their storyline has literally wrapped up, to be quite honest with you, right? They've gotten married. She got out of prison. They got married. They've had 2 kids. We had the situation last season with her mother. This season, we had the situation with the sober living house. Then we had the situation with her biological father reaching out to her. Now we introducing another motherfucking storyline. I was like, I know you are joking with me at this point. So you guys remember in the last episode when we saw them, you guys remember Gil, Brittany's father, came to watch the kids so that Brittany and Marcelino could go away and just have a day or a night or whatever to themselves, right? So they did that. Now Brittany and Marcelino are getting ready to head back home. Brittany decides that she wants to say to Marcelino, maybe next time we come, we should bring Amanda. He was like, Amanda? Why would we bring Amanda? I was like, oh my God. I put 2 and 2 together immediately when she said we should bring Amanda. I'm like, because Brittany is a bisexual woman. I'm like, oh my God, please don't tell me that they're doing this. Please don't tell me that they're doing what I think that they're doing. Well, they did exactly what I thought they were doing. Exactly what I thought they were doing. They're introducing yet again another storyline. So this storyline is a threesome between Marcelino, Brittany, and Amanda. When they got back home, Brittany apologizes to Marcelino. She was like, Mars, I didn't mean to make things uncomfortable or anything like that. She was like, da-da-da-da-da. So then we see another scene where she's invited Amanda over to the house. I was like, oh God. Oh, here we go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. At the end of the episode, I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't here for it, but I'm here for it, right? We're going to talk about it. So, I don't know. I just don't know, right? So Brittany has Amanda over. So Brittany and Amanda, they're going to go get in the pool, right? So Brittany is talking to Amanda. She asks Amanda, is she single? Amanda says yes. She's not talking to the girl she was talking to anymore. So then Brittany is, talking to her about potentially having a threesome between she and Marcelino. They have unfinished business. And, she's agreeing to it. But she says, I'm only going to be able to do this if Marcelino is in agreement with it, right? So Marcelino comes back. Brittany and Amanda, they're down in the pool, right? Marcelino goes and joins them. So I respect Amanda, right? Because even though Brittany kept, talking to her about having a threesome, Amanda was like, I'm cool with doing it, but I'm not going to do it unless your husband is okay with it. If he's not okay with it, then, no. So Marcelino joined them. They asked him about the threesome, and he was like, if I say no, she's like, I'm not going to do it just because you say. She says, I'm not going to do it with you, not because that's not how I want to operate in our marriage, right? But he says, no. He said, what I'm saying is, if I say no, you're going to be mad at me. So they get up to go to the room. Then they get by the doorway. Marcelino just grabs Amanda by the back of her head and plants a wet one on her. I was like, okay. I was like, I really wasn't interested in seeing this, but now that I see it, I'm curious. Like, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing I wouldn't mind seeing it. I'm like, whoa, y'all showing me this on TV, and it was the kiss that he gave. I was like, oh wow, that's a little bit passionate, because he was into that kiss. I was like, oh, okay, you going for it, you really going for it. And then when they went up to the bedroom, and the camera crew was outside of the house I'm like, oh. Then you saw Brittany and Amanda kiss. I was like, oh, they're really going for it. Like, y'all can have a hot mic. Like, come on, y'all could have gave us at least a hot mic for that situation. But especially for what y'all put us through with Brittany and Marcelino this season, y'all could have given us a hot mic. So talking about Brittany. So Brittany, why? So at the end of the episode, it told us what Brittany's doing. So Brittany has opened up a sober living house with Kanan. I was like, girl, did you not learn your lesson the first time? I'm like, please, if you guys come back for another season, which once again, like I say, I like Brittany and Marcelino, but once again, I hope that Brittany and Marcelino don't come back for another season. Or if they do come back for another season, give us a break from them. Bring back Forehead and bring back Sarah and whatever chick he with, right? Bring them back. Hell, bring back Chevelle and Quaylin. Bring back my favorite couple. Y'all know who my favorite couple is. Tony and Angela. Are Tony and Angela even still together though? That's the question. Bring anybody back. I will even go as far as to say bring back Andrea and Lamar. Y'all know how much Andrea annoys my spirit. But I would take Andrea and Lamar at this point over Brittany and Marcelino. I just need a break from Brittany and Marcelino at this point. That's all it is. I just need a little bit of a break. Need a little break. All right, you guys, let's move over and we're going to talk about Lacey, Shane, and John. So, honestly, with this scene, we really could have wrapped this up last week because this scene wasn't much, right? Because John went up and met with Lacey, right? Lacey is hella manipulative. That is the one thing that I want to say about Lacey. She is manipulative. Like, she must got some good punani. Because, the way she got these dudes spinning around her little finger. Manipulative. And, so John is talking to her. He's asking her about she and Shane, right? And, she really didn't say anything to him about she and Shane, and I'm just kind of confused as to why John is even meeting up with her. And he said that, this is kind of disrespectful because I'm with Julie. She says, are you happy with Julie? 9 times out of 10, he's not happy with Julie. 9 times out of 10, he's not. But John doesn't need to go back with Lacey because Lacey is, as well, like I just said, she's manipulative, but she's also very toxic, right? She's very toxic. John, I can't get over you. So then he starts crying. I was like, what are you crying about? You know what though? I will say one good thing about John. John he looks different and he looks great, right? The haircut, he looks like he's put on a little bit of weight. John looks good. I was like, okay, John, you must be off the drugs. And if he is, stay off of them because this is a good look for you because the past that when we've seen John with his, his short hair, with no hair, skinny as hell, them brown teeth, he looks sickly. John looks a little healthy. Still got them brown teeth, but he looks a little healthy, right? So then John was like, things between him and Lacey never works out because, they are the type of people that try to get back at each other. Which they are, right? They definitely are the type of people that get back at each other, and it's more specifically Lacey. Here we go. So he left, right? Baby, don't go. I don't want you to not be in my life. Well, according to the end of the episode, Shane and Lacey, they're separated, which I believe they still are separated. And actually, speaking of Shane, I know that earlier this week that Lacey put out a post about had anybody saw Shane, right? But I didn't know that they found him, and I think he might be. Now, don't quote me on this one. I think he might be under like a psych eval or something like that, right? But we're gonna pray for Shane and hope that Shane gets better, right? John and Lacey are back together again. I was like, oh my God, why? John doesn't look like he, in that picture that they showed of John and Lacey, he doesn't look like he did in this scene. I was like, oh God, he done got back on the shit, huh? Or is Lacey the shit that he gets addicted to, and it makes him look run down and ragged? All right, you guys, let's move forward and let us discuss Brittany and Ray. So you guys remember in the last episode with Brittany and Ray, you guys remember Ray had that damn promise ring that he wanted to present to Brittany. Ray, you're not 17, so I don't know why you're presenting a promise ring to her. And y'all know how I give Brittany the blues, right? But actually in this scene, I actually really felt bad for Brittany, because I'm like, damn, that is hella embarrassing. She thought she was gonna get engaged. Come to find out he's giving you a promise ring. I would have been like, what the is this? Are you serious? So yeah, her family wasn't feeling it. Brittany wasn't feeling it. Hell, even I wasn't feeling it. Y'all know I don't be feeling Brittany and her wigs, right? I don't be feeling her and her wigs. The thing that had me down laughing was the fact when she was over there tearing up. I'm like, Brittany, you might want to suck that tear right back up, because that is not what you think it is. That is so not what you think it is, right? So then we see she's talking to her best friend, I believe her sister, right? And Brittany is the next day, right? So they're on the beach, and she's still upset about that promise ring, which absolutely, I don't blame her. She says she's 34 years old. She doesn't look 34 years old. I'm not being shady. I'm just saying she doesn't look 34. She looks a little bit older than 34. She looks like she's closer to her 40s than her mid 30s. She looks a little bit older, right? So Ray is talking to her friend, right? And he's saying that when it comes to the engagement, he wants to do it in his own time when he's ready. And absolutely nothing is wrong with that, Ray. Like, I don't have an issue with Ray doing things in his own time, in his own way, right? I have no issues with that. It's just the fact that you went and got a god dang on promise ring. A promise ring is for teenagers. A promise ring is for teens, not for somebody that's in their 30s. In your 30s, granted, Ray just got out of prison, so I mean, I can't really expect much from the man, but I'm not gonna give him a pass either. So he went over there to talk to Brittany, right? So he pulled Brittany to the side, and he apologized to Brittany, but he still had the ring in his hand. He still had the ring on him, right? And he asked her was she gonna take the ring. She took the ring eventually. She just put it on this finger. This is my right hand. I don't know how it's gonna look on the camera, but this is my right hand. She didn't put it on her left. She put it on her right hand. I don't know how this is gonna look on camera, but yeah, she put it on her right hand. So this is a promise ring with the promise to be engaged. Nope, not engaged. To be married by the end of the year. Now, I don't know when they filmed this. I don't know if they filmed this in 2020 or if they filmed this in 2021. But either way it go, I don't believe that they're married currently. But I do know he's still paying. I know he's paying off his restitution and saving up for a better ring. I forgot what they said about Brittany. I forgot what they said, what Brittany's ending statement was. Forgot hers. So forgive me for that one, you guys. Let's talk about Puppy and Amber, right? Now, it's interesting. Remember, in the last episode, they left us off with Puppy and Amber. Remember, Puppy was going to go turn herself in because you guys know Puppy has the warrant for her arrest, right? And you guys remember, in the last episode, Puppy took the cameras down. She took the microphones off and everything, and she drove off. We don't know where they went to. In this episode, we open up and we see Amber. So Amber's on the phone, with her mom. And, hey, Ma, so have you heard from Puppy? And her mom was like, nah. She's like, well, you know what? I'm about to come over there and we can talk, right? So she pulls up on Mama, right? Mama was like, what happened with Puppy is Puppy got pulled over because Puppy's tail light was out in Cobb County. And with her having that warrant for her arrest, they arrested her on the spot, right? And she talked to Puppy once, but she hasn't heard anything else since then. Her PO won't talk to them, so she don't really know what's going on with Puppy. They don't know if Puppy has any new charges or not, right? They're just worried about Puppy at this point. So Amber tells her mother, you know what, I'm gonna go down to the jail. Hopefully I can see her PO or just get some kind of information about what is going on with Puppy, right? So we see Amber. So Amber went down to the jail cell, right? So she went in. Now, mind you, she went into an exit. I was looking at that door. I'm like, that says exit. Semantics, right? I'm just playing. I just like to do that. But damn, that's a loud ass ambulance or fire wagon. But Amber went down there, right? So she comes out and she tells the producers that, with Puppy did get, I think she said 2 new charges, right? But they haven't made a decision about what they're gonna do with her at this point, right? So then we see Puppy, and it's still, it always gets me the way they do certain prisoners, right? Puppy has the handcuffs around her on her wrist, and then she got the chain around her waist, and I'm pretty positive she had shackles on her feet, right? I always thought they did that for people who were, what is the correct? I'm trying to think about what the correct term is. I always thought that they did that for prisoners who are, I guess you would say, a risk, kind of volatile, so to speak. But Puppy sat down. She talked with the producers. She told the producers what happened. She was going to the store to get some batteries. The cops pulled her over. She had the warrant for arrest. She wishes that she did turn herself in, right? They asked her was she still engaged to Eric. She says she doesn't know. She says, I'm really mad at Eric right now because me and Eric were supposed to go to Las Vegas this weekend, but I'm here and he's still going to Vegas. I mean, Puppy, and you guys know how I feel about Puppy. You guys know that I love Puppy. I like Puppy, right? But Puppy, what did you expect that man to do? Be like, shit. Especially if he had already bought the plane ticket and whatnot. And if the plane ticket was non-refundable, oh, you better believe I'm going to Vegas, right? So then at the end of the episode, we find out Amber's good in her life, right? Amber's on probation for 20 years, but she's maintaining her life. She's working. She's doing this. Puppy, she got out of jail a week later, and she and Eric are still together. I don't know if I would be with somebody that when I went to jail, you ain't called me, you ain't did jack diddly shit. So I don't think I would be done with Mr. Eric. But Puppy's not, right? We're gonna move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So let's go over here and talk about Sean and Sarah. Sarah, I really came into this season actually liking you. I'm going out of this season having the same amount of disgust for you that I had for Destiny. But we're gonna get into why I have this disdain, this disgust for Miss Sarah, right? So we see Sarah, and you guys remember in the last episode that she pulled the dingus to the side, right? To tell him that she was pregnant, right? Well, this doofus, I've been thinking, and I want to get down on, I want to ask you, will you marry me? I was like, you dumbass. Did you not get enough of the humiliation from Destiny? You want to put yourself through it again? Go for it. It is what it is. Do you, Sean. So she accepts his proposal, right? But remember, her thing was she was supposed to go to the side and tell him she was pregnant. She didn't do that, right? So then they go back over there where her mom and her daughter are, right? And her mom is packing up. She's like, oh, that was quick, right? And she says, we got something to tell you. Her mom's like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? we're engaged. Her mom was like, I know you in line. Her mama was not here for it at all. And I am with Sarah's mother. Like, and so they will celebrate. So he got some wine and they're gonna some champagne and they're gonna celebrate. Her mom was like, are you gonna drink that? She's like, no. So Sean, there was a reason that I pulled you to the side in the first place. So I'm pregnant. Now here's the thing. Like I said last week, when was this filmed? When was this filmed? You know what? It must have been filmed after that. It must have been filmed. That confessional must have been filmed before. That confessional must have been filmed before this, because remember, in the episode before the last one that we got with them, remember they were doing an interview with the producers, and the producers asked if they want to have any more kids. Remember, he said he already had enough kids. Well, you got a seventh one on the way. Let's see where we at with them. So, like I said, her mama, baby girl wasn't feeling this at all. Like, mama was toasted. Mama was lit. Like, she was lit. Mama had to take that. She's like, shit, fuck it. She had to take it back, and I was like, I'm with you, mama. Like, you want to marry this doofus, this dingus, this idiot. You know what? Set yourself off. Set yourself free. Let yourself be free. I don't know why, but go for it. Do you. Again, I just don't get why, but hey, girl, do you, right? Here is a scene that pissed me off the most, right? Like I said, I came into this season when we first met Sarah, right? I thought I'm like, okay, Sarah's gonna be a better upgrade of Destiny, because you guys know what we got with the likes of Destiny. She ain't no better than that damn Destiny. I think what it is with these ladies are, you guys are jealous of Queen Kelly. Like, let's be real, you guys are jealous of Kelly, and I don't want nobody to be like, well, why would they be jealous of Kelly? There are a lot of reasons why they would be jealous of Kelly. I don't think Kelly wants that idiot, but why do they always mention Kelly? Like, if you're so content, if you're so happy in your relationship, why you got to mention the next one? Kelly don't want him. Kelly has 6 kids with him. I'm hoping Kelly has moved on with her life. I really hope so. So we see Kelly and Sean, they're on the phone. He's finally asking about his kids. I was like, oh, it took to the season finale for you to ask about your damn kids. Sean is a piece of shit. Sean is a piece of shit. He wants to see the kids, right? So then he tells her he has something that he wants to tell the kids, and he wants the kids to come out and meet Sarah. Now, see, this is where Sarah lost me at. This is where Sarah lost me. So Sarah is talking, so he's talking to Kelly. Kelly was like, well, I don't want my kids to meet her before I meet her. Like, that's not how this works. Like, he said, so you're trying to keep my kids away from me? When is the last time you saw your kids? Answer that question. And she was like, no, I'm not trying to keep your kids from you, Sean. But the thing is, I don't know that woman. And I know that I'm pretty sure, I think with Sean and Kelly, I believe they have younger. I know that the other kids, I know they have some older kids, but I also think that they have some younger kids. I won't want my kids around a person that I don't fucking know, a man or a woman. I don't want my kids around someone that I don't know, that I've never met. And then you in a different state? Absolutely not. It ain't gonna fly. It ain't going down, and I'm not playing. I wouldn't play that game. I would tell Sean, fuck you. I need to meet that woman. So then he said he had something to tell. She's like, well, you can tell me first, and then you can tell the kids. He was like, I want to tell the kids. And then Sarah was in her interview, Kelly, she was talking about Kelly, somebody mentioned this last week or the week before when the episode was Bitter Baby Mama. The fact that she called Kelly a bitter baby mama, that don't sit right with me, that you call Kelly a bitter baby mama. So what are you? Are you going to be a bitter baby mama if you guys don't work out? But yeah, she's talking about the fact that, that's control that Kelly's trying to do That is not control. That is me not letting my kid, I don't want my kids around a stranger that I've never met. I mean, if you go back and watch the last season of Love After Lockup, you'll see Destiny and what a vile human being she was. So yeah, you, Sarah. And I'm gonna be one of your kids' mothers as well. Girl, that is not a badge of honor. That is so not a badge of honor. Sarah, go to hell. But they're planning their wedding and they're gonna have a baby soon. I don't give a shit. Fuck both Sean and Sarah. And we gonna wrap up the episode, you guys. Oh shit, you guys, we wrapping the episode up. This episode was too long for me, but this shit right here with Daonte, Nicolle, and the knockoff version of Ellen DeGeneres. This goddamn wedding, right? So Daonte showed up to the wedding. Now they were going through the whole thing. If anybody here knows why these two should not be joined in holy matrimony, speak now or forever hold your peace. Wetv played a game with us because they showed us Daonte walking. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, this fool is not about to crash his wedding. No, he didn't crash the wedding, but he did watch the wedding. I'm like, dude, why are you watching this wedding happen? It was a mess. But that ain't even what took me out. Oh shit! What took me out was the fact that he was standing by that tree, and the fact that Nicolle and the broke down version of Ellen DeGeneres walked by him, and then he come from the side of the tree and he was like, they walked by me like they didn't see me. Oh my God, I was done. But they got married, to say the least. Nicolle and the broke down version of Ellen DeGeneres got married, right? So then, this is what was the funny part about this shit. So the broke down version of Ellen DeGeneres is like, you know, you came to my wedding. Why did you come to my wedding? What if I came to your wedding? I'd take your bitch from you. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Who told the broke down version of Ellen DeGeneres to swing on that? She swung on him and she going like this. He said, you that jealous, you that mad bitch. Oh God, that shit was funny as fuck to me. That shit was funny to me. That shit took me out. You got Nicolle over there screaming and crying like, Tia, get in the car. So she takes her microphone off. Take your goddamn microphones and or some shit like that. I was like, this is a mess, but it was hilarious to me, you guys. I ain't never laughed so much in my life, right? Then Daonte, this fool is talking to another inmate. Nicolle is still talking to him. I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? This season wasn't the best of Life After Lockup, but it was manageable. It was long as fuck, but it was what it was. But that's it, you guys. That is the season finale of Life After Lockup. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Oh my God, it was hilarious. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified of when I drop anything else. Share the video and into the next one. You guys stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.